Hello everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to a collaborative video with members of Erin Jacobson's team. This is the third Friday of the month and we are doing a sketch collaboration. So I'm going to use stickers from Traditions of Christmas and papers from Elegant Pine Snowflakes. This paper, it's gorgeous. It's got snowflakes that are created out of the images of pine needles or pine sprigs. So pretty. Lots of greens and blues and just a beautiful collection. So I'm going to use this paper with the stickers from Traditions of Christmas. And this is the sketch that we are all going to use. You can find it on page 28 of the annual catalog, and we're on the second to the last sketch. And here's a closer look. So I'm going to stretch this to a 2-page layout, and I'm going to change it up just a bit, and you'll see in just a minute. So these are the pictures that I'm going to scrapbook. It's from the StarLighting in our town, and this is from last year. And they have a big festival downtown. And that's the rock that our town, it's the namesake of our town. And at the top of that rock, they have this star that they light up every year. And then on the night of the festival, they shoot off fireworks as well. So they light up the town and it's a big party. And yeah, so last year I went down there with a bunch of my friends and I'm planning on going down there again this year. So these are last year's pictures. Hopefully this year I'll get more. So yeah, and then I pulled the logo from the website and printed it there, and I'm going to fussy cut that for my title. Okay, so I'm going to set up my pictures something like this. Instead of using 2 4x6 pictures, I split them up into smaller ones. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to create my base, and just a note, I was inspired quite a bit by Chelsea Versmarty and her layout that she created, and I will put a link to her video in the description below. So I'm going to stamp and ink blend my base. So I have 2 pieces of white cardstock. So I'm going to start out by inking the edges, and I'm going really heavy on the inked edges with Secret C. So I'm just going to go all the way around with my sponge blending tool and get a nice line. So I'm going to ink up and decorate the top and the bottom portions of my layout, as you can see on the sketch there. That's the base, and then I'll have a pattern paper running down the center. So don't have to stamp that area, but I'm going to go ahead and ink all the way around. And now I'm going to ink blend. So I've got a splat mat. This is the close to my heart. I can't remember what it's called. It's a anti-stick, I don't know, splat mat. So yeah, so I've got that laid out on my desk. So you could use scratch paper if you've got another type of splat mat or a sticky mat. Go ahead and put that down. So to create sort of a cloud-like or snowy day type effect, I'm inking the top and the bottom portion of my white cardstock. And to keep blotches of color from winding up on your layout, if you tap your color from your blending brush off to the side and then start swirling and then bring everything to your project, that'll prevent concentrated dark areas of ink from showing up on your project. So just swirl away and just get this ink all nice and blended with a soft blend around the top and the bottom. So I'm going to do this on all 4 sides, or all sides of both the left and right pages. So this is Delicate Pines, And it's the bundle. It's got stamps and dies, and it's got these same images of snowflakes that are put together with images of pine boughs. So I want to create sort of a snow following at the top of my page, and then the center part there is going to be covered with patterned paper, and my title is going to go down at the bottom. So I'm going to stamp at the top, and it'll be like lots of snow falling. So I've got my Versamat underneath everything for a cushion, and then some scratch paper because I'm going to stamp off the edges with these stamps. And I'm just going to random stamp all of these snowflakes just along the top borders of both the left and right pages. So I'll start out with the large image, and I'm stamping all of them in Secret Seat. So we'll start out with this one, and then I'm going to fill in the center with one of these smaller stamps, and I'm turning it around because I want to line up. There's 3 little berries in the center, and I want to line them up so that they're at the same angle to stamp over the top of them. And then later on, I will be adding a little bling on top, but I just want to make sure everything's lined up. So we'll line this up, and then we'll fill in the center of the snowflake here. And then we'll continue on with the next size smaller and just kind of build this whole area. So we'll add this one, and again, I'll go off the edge. We're just going to put snowflakes like at the first 1.5 inches, 2 inches of the top of the layout. And then we'll fill in with this other smaller stamp in the center. And continue on. Get it lined up and get that stamped out. And then I'll add a small one. And just randomly stamp these all around, and then I'll continue on. So I'll finish up the top portion of this page and also the right page. Okay, so we have that all done. So it looks like snow is falling from the top of the page. And now I'm going to trim out a piece of this pattern paper. So this has all kinds of pine boughs and sprigs scattered around with holly berries and a darker background. So I'm going to cut both of these at 7 inches. And that will be the base for my photos. So we'll get this laid out. And I've printed my photos with a white border, so I think they'll pop nicely against this dark background. So I'm going to lay this out at about 2.25 inches from the top. So this, I went to my stash, and this is evergreen glitter paper from Close to My Heart. It is stunning, and I just wanted a little pop of bling to use as borders. So I've cut them at 1/4 inch each. I have 4 strips, and we'll just add them to the layout right there. Okay, so let's bring the pictures back in. I'm going to fussy cut off camera my title there, the logo for StarLighting, and we'll just lay our pictures out, make sure everything's looking good. So like I said before, instead of using 2 portrait 4x6s like the sketch shows, I split 2 of them into 3x4s on the left page, and then 3x4s on the right page. So I'm going to use this larger sticker from Traditions of Christmas for the right page, and this is more of the Elegant Pine Snowflake paper, and it has coordinating dies that will cut out these snowflake images. And then also there's some pine cones that you can layer up, and lots of different sprigs in this die set. This die set is amazing. It's got tons of images and so much fun. So you can do lots of things with all of those dies. So off camera, I went crazy and die cut everything. Okay, so I fussy cut my title out for the left page, and these are nested essentials, and the largest image of that die I've cut out with white cardstock, and then I did the same treatment as I did to the base page. I used shaded spruce and did some ink blending along the base, and then I inked around the edges in Secret C to create a base for my title. And I think that makes it pop nicely right there. Okay, so I think we're ready to start decorating. That's the fun part. Okay, first I'm going to bring my Versamat in, and I'm going to take away the stick from this sticker because I want to pop it with dimensionals. So I'm going to add some anti-static powder on the back of this and get rid of all the stick. So just tapping that out, and then I can add a whole bunch of dimensionals to this sticker. I'll clean up our mess here and get that out of the way, and then I'll put a whole bunch of dimensionals on the back of this one. I'm going to pop the title sticker on the left, or the base to the where I've got my StarLighting logo on the left page as well. Okay, so let's bring in all of these snowflakes and bits that I have die cut, and we can start laying everything out. So I'm going to cluster them all around my title, and starting with the largest and then just working my way around. And building the clusters here. So I'm going to add some of these sprigs. I cut them using old olive, and we'll just tuck them in and build up this embellishment cluster. Trying to work in odd numbers. And then these evergreen sprigs, I'm going to cut them because I just want each portion to be used. So we'll cut them and then tuck those in. And those are cut in shaded spruce. So we'll work some more of those around. And then there's some of these tiny little snowflakes. They come in a couple different colors, so you'll see me fussing and looking at them because I want to make sure I have a variety scattered all around. And these are the pine cones that you can layer up. The base is gold foil, and the top portion is metallic, earthen tone metallic papers, and they are just gorgeous and really make a difference instead of just a flat toned cardstock. You can certainly use that, but I like the shine and shimmer of the foiled papers. So we'll continue building and layering up more of these evergreen sprigs and pine cones. We'll add another pine cone to the left side, I think, and some more of these tiny snowflakes all around. And then we'll continue on and building. Just look for empty spaces that just kind of look like they need something, and vary your colors and just work your way all around. So before I glue everything down, I will snap a quick picture on my phone of the way I have everything laid out here so that I can remember, because once you have to start adhering everything down, you can take it apart again. So I want to remember where you built up all the clusters. And then when you're cutting your images from your pattern paper sheet, don't discount those ones that are off the edge. I like to go ahead and cut those out as well, because if you're tucking the image underneath something, you can use those. So don't throw them away. die cut them, and yeah, they can be of use. No one will know. And we'll go ahead and build up another cluster over on this side. So I'm going to have that cluster cascading down. So I'm going to continue adding bits all around. And these are the Joyful Days pocket cards. They have lots of journaling spots, and then on the back side there's a plaid pattern and different images, and you can put together some really pretty Christmas cards with them, and several journal spots can be added to either pocket pages, if you like to do pocket scrapbooking, or for a scrapbook page. So I've cut off the bottom portion because I didn't need the whole 3x4 bit, and I did a little bit of journaling, and I did the same treatment with using some of the shaded spruce ink at the base with my blending brush, and then I inked around the edges with Secret C to create my little journal block. Just to talk about a little bit about the festival that they have every year and lighting of the star at the top of Castle Rock. So go ahead and add another cluster over on the left side of my photos. And again, just kind of adding in bits and working my way around. I'm using the corner of that photo as sort of my anchor. I'm going to leave some white space at the base and kind of create my visual triangle. So I'll continue tucking in all of these little bits and building up this cluster. And then off camera, I will get everything secured down. So keep adding more. Lots of texture and interest. Love it. So I will add a playlist at the end of this video and also in the description below, and you can check out the other members of Erin Jacobson's team and see what they have done with this sketch from the annual catalog. Okay, so I've got everything glued down, and then I moved that snowflake from the right portion to the left at the top of the photo block there. And now I'm going to add a few of these stickers that are from Traditions of Christmas and continue with the idea of having that visual triangle. So this is a die that is, what is it called? Keeping Tabs. And I've created a tab out of white cardstock. You fold those in half like that. And then again, I've done the same treatment to this with the ink blending, and then inking around the edges. And I've just got everyone's names that are in that picture there. I'm just going to tuck that little tab right there. I even named Buddy that we were taking our picture next to. And then I'm just going to check out some more of these stickers, see what I might want to use for these word stickers and phrase stickers. We'll go ahead and add another one there. And then we'll finish up the left page with one last sticker that says ho ho ho. So this collection just came back in stock, so it is available now with the stickers. Sold out pretty quickly. Same with the Elegant Snowflakes, but you should be able to get everything. And I'll put links of all the supplies that I've used in the description below, so you can do a little shopping on my website. Okay. And then these are faceted snowflakes, and they come in a few different sizes, and clear in Pretty Peacock and I can never remember the name of that red color. It's a darker red. And so I'm going to add these clear snowflakes to the centers of all of the snowflakes that I stamped at the top of the page. And then I'll use the red ones for the centers of the colored snowflakes at the bottom and cascading all around. These gems are just, they're beautiful and they really catch the light and sparkle. Okay, so I will pull these closer to the camera. Really happy with the way this turned out. It's so pretty with all these clusters of snowflakes. I will have still pictures over on my socials, and the URL is at the bottom of your screen in just a second, and over my Insta and Facebook accounts, and you can see still shots and close-up shots of this layout. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. I'd sure appreciate it. And then you'll be able to find all of my videos and hit the bell, and you will be notified when I upload more videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you here on YouTube soon.